the amazing part for me, like, again, most of the CrimeCon is all about, hey, we caught the bad guy, and everybody cheers and claps about how they caught the bad guy. This was one of those, I think it was even perhaps the district attorney or the prosecutor that was giving the speech about the wrongful conviction. I think it was,
Mhm.
and it was pretty powerful.
Yeah.
And you know, the story basically was everybody was convinced this guy had killed his wife. Her body was found along the side of the road. The car that she was in was stopped on the side of the road. And they even had witnesses that came forward and said, yeah, they heard them fighting. They saw them fighting. They saw him putting something in the trunk. They had all these details that looked like this is a no-brainer. This guy killed his wife and dumped her on the side of the road. Later on, it turns out after he spent a crap ton of time in prison, I think it was it close to 30 years or something?
It was. It was, I think, 28. I think was the
Yeah,
number.
ridiculous amount of time in jail that
Ridiculous.
and he'll never get that time back. Anyways, it turned out that somebody else had killed her, just like he had said. It wasn't him. One of the things that was most fascinating, and you and I talked about this before, was for me, it was the body was found quite a ways back from where the car was found. And it turned out that when they found the real killer, the guy who actually did it, and he confessed to the murder, he gave details that only the killer would have known, which was that when he had stopped her and came up to her in the car, she tried to drive away. And he reached in and he threw the car in park, and basically, therefore, had ruined the transmission. And the car could only drive so much further. So he only got a little ways up the road when the car basically died on him and he had to pull it over, which explained why the body and the car were so far apart. And as you said, also had moved the seat back because he was a large guy like you, and moved the seat back. And they just kind of failed to mention those details. But when the guy was actually, confessed to it, he knew those details that only the killer could have known. And then out comes this guy who spent 30 years of his life in prison being demonized by everybody for being the guy who killed his wife when it was all wrong.